7:20 to play in the ball game. It's been a good one here in College Station. And there is Dario Casada. And look at the numbers. 17 points, 11 rebounds, came in averaging 6 points a game.
That's 17 points, a season high for him.
And after that foul on Pratt, A&M has the ball with a chance to cut this lead to 4 or 3, or 5 or 4 rather, I should say. So they trail it by 7 right now.
A big possession here.
Willoughby is face guarding Gerald Brown. Anderson, kick out to Quesada. Over Cato. Good again.
Man, he's got the hot hand. They're going to him.
Dario Quesada has got it stuck on automatic. He's got 19 points, a career high. And Iowa State's lead is down to 5 at 53-48.
Quesada's is just a season high, not a career. His career is 25, I'll let you know.
Crowd back into it again.
Aggie still staying with his zone the entire ball game.
Pratt in traffic.
Yeah.
Kick out, Willoughby, 8 to shoot. Holloway sees the clock, knows he's got to get something going. Johnson the jumper. Big jumper for Stevie Johnson.
What I liked there again was no hesitation, caught the ball, new time on the clock, took it right up.
7 points, the lead again for Iowa State.
Calvin Cato, I think, right there needs to show with just a hand, take away that shooting pass to the basket on Quesada, particularly when he picks up that dribble.
Quesada, and a foul away from the ball. This one goes on Iowa State again, and it's Kenny Pratt again. And Tim Floyd's not happy right now. Third foul on Pratt.
John, I would say one thing on this other end. Pratt is trying to do too much this half on his own, of trying to snake it and force it through people. The first half, he's doing a good job reading the defense, kicking out, and I think he needs to get back that. If the play's there for himself, take it. If not, pitch out. Get the open shots.
Under 6 minutes to play now, and time becomes a factor. A foul away from the ball again. And this one will go on Texas A&M, and that's Quesada's fourth foul, rather.
That's a big play, and a foolish play on his part right there.
So 4 personal fouls for Dario Quesada. Mentioned that he had a career high. It is a season high.
Yeah, right.
With 19 points. His career high is 25.
That's a big break for the Cyclones right now to come down to that possession. There they turn it over on the offensive foul.
It's been a gutsy performance by Iowa State. Dedrick Willoughby nowhere near 100%. Sean Bankhead got hurt. And yet they've responded. Willoughby, the 3-ball. Wow, what a shot. Third 3 of the second half for Willoughby. And Iowa State up 10. That might be the biggest shot of the game.
Yeah, and I think the one by Stevie Johnson was a big one, too, right ahead of that. Clock running down.
Quesada gets it over Cato again. No good this time. Back to the boards they go. It's out of bounds to A&M.
Coach Floyd up, motioning the officials. They're over the backs. They're over the backs. That would have been Quesada. Quesada came off of that. He was up over the top and then let go. Could have picked up his fifth.
Gerald Brown looking for that 3 at all times.
Holloway looking at the official. They kind of pushing off on one another, he and Anderson.
Brown waiting for some help. Now Quesada will fire a 3-pointer off the lip of the rim, and Stevie Johnson and Cato were battling, and Shane Jones is up with a loose ball. That's an unfortunate break for Iowa State, and a timeout called by A&M. And this looks like a full timeout for Tony Baroni's team. They're hanging in there. Iowa State's lead is 8, 58-50. 4:39 remaining. It's been a good ball game. We'll have the finish next. 4:39 to play. The Dog enjoying tonight's action. Quick check of the 3-point shooting for the Cyclones shows Iowa State with 5 3-pointers. Remember, the Caring Program for Children gets $140 for every Cyclone 3-point basket, so $700 raised tonight.
John, that dog Reveille, their mascot, one time Norm Stewart's son, Lindsey, was playing with Rice, and they were warming up, and the dog came out and bit Lindsey right on the leg. True story, ran all over the 18.
Big possession here for the Cyclones. Pratt will try for a three-point play.
Big play, and did he use his body that time to ward off the defender where he could get the shot up, and he got just enough English on the ball to get it down.
First basket of the second half for Kenny Pratt. He couldn't have picked a better time to do it.
Clay Edwards over top. Might have been bumped there. Now watch him come in and get the defender off him, and then gets the little roll, and she finally goes in.
Calvin Davis gets his fourth foul. Cato comes out of the Iowa State lineup.
Cyclones coming out, Cyclones coming out of that timeout with another special little play, trying to get a cheap one, and they got two, looking for three.
Pratt converts. Dozen points, a dozen rebounds for Kenny Pratt. And Iowa State's lead is 11. Every time A&M has made a run, and they've made plenty of them, Iowa State has answered.
They got to really make the Aggies work now. Take time off the clock each possession up, let them get easy points, and the Aggies trying to do a lot of more penetrating in the second half to the basket.
There's a whistle. The shot clock reset, and it shouldn't have. The ball never hit the rim, and I think that's what they're discussing over on the far side. It reset, it's out 34, but it should be down to maybe 20, 22, 23. They put 21 up there.
Good job of officiating.
Ryan Baroni back in for A&M. Time is working against the Aggies now. 4 minutes to play.
Aggies run out a little different set that time, out of a box set, looking for Anderson.
Duck under jumper, no good. Stevie Johnson the rebound, and he slipped out of bounds to A&M.
You know, Holloway committed himself that, but he did a good job in the air of taking his body away from him. He got a little piece of the guy as he tried to draw the foul.
Iowa State on a run of its own to get this lead back up to 11. Two runs for Iowa State. Davis in on Clay Edwards. Count the basket. Davis goes for a three-point play.
Well, that's an interesting one. It looked like from this angle that Clay Davis had pretty good position on it, but let's watch it again.
Good pass by Gerald Brown.
Yeah, right there. Now watch Clay Davis. Well, they kind of or Clay Edwards rather.
One more time. If it had gone on Davis, Gary, it would have been his fifth.
Right.
Instead, he'll try for a three-point play. And Calvin Davis with 11 second-half points after going without a shot attempt in the first half.
We said averaging 12.8, so he has a chance to get almost to that average.
And he does. And again, we'll say it, A&M will not go away. It's down to an 8-point game.
We'll just get to a point tonight, Cyclone fans, where they think they're comfortable, and back the Aggies go. It's going to be a sweat right down to the end.
20 on the shot clock, and a foul away from the basketball on Kelvin Cato, his fourth. And Tim Floyd does not like that call.
We've got the two big guys now with each of four.
Well, wait a minute, they just said Kenny Pratt, and they put Kenny Pratt's name up on the scoreboard, too, for getting that foul, but I thought it was on Cato.
And the line for the Aggies, Tracy Anderson, shooting 1 and 1.
Maybe it was Pratt.
I think it's Pratt right there. He cuts him off.
Okay.
The pick.
So Pratt gets his fourth foul. And Anderson shoots a 1-and-1 and misses the front end. Willoughby the rebound.
I told you before, the Aggies only shooting 60%, about 61% from the foul line. Iowa State only 63%. This game could come down to the foul line, and Iowa State spreads it right now. They're going to run some clock. They're in the 1-and-1.
Pratt goes right by Gerald Brown. Lean-in jumper, good. Pratt sensed that he could go by Brown, and he did.
Cyclones get just what they want. Spread the floor, looking for a bucket as they got there, probably looking more even for the foul.
Kenny Pratt now 14 points, 12 rebounds. Baroni on a drive. Over Cato, got it. Ryan Baroni showing some nice patience to let Cato get up in the air, and then he went up strong.
He's really become a crowd favorite right here. He's a hustler. He'll dive for balls.
It's a good matchup with he and Holloway getting after each other. The lead at 8, but now it's down to 2:25 to go. And again, Pratt went right by Gerald Brown. He cannot handle Kenny Pratt.
No, They've got him isolated, and they'll go to 1-1. As I said, now it boils down to hitting free throws.
Yep.
Iowa State hits free throws like they did at Nebraska, where they hit 12 of 13 down the stretch. This game will be a piece of cake. If they miss, it'll put a lot of pressure on them.
Kenny Pratt with a 1-1 here. That was the 8th team foul on Texas A&M. Nice stroke right there by Pratt. 15 points for Pratt. And he's had his struggles at the free throw line this season, but he's 5 of 6 at the line tonight.
You know, he had 9 points, then he struggled, didn't have anything. But Tim Floyd has a lot of confidence. You notice he went to him in the out-of-bounds play, and now they come out in the spread, they go to him. He looks where the strengths and weaknesses are.
Big rebound by Clay Edwards off the missed free throw by Pratt. It gives Iowa State the ball on a fresh 35-second clock with the 9-point lead. Clay Edwards making a big effort off the bench in this game. Pratt with 15 to shoot it, brings it back out to Holloway.
That's a pass now. When they double up going right there, you need to go meet it like that.
Pratt to the hoop. Kenny Pratt has come alive in the last 2 minutes. He's up to 17 points, and Iowa State has forced Tony Barone to call a 22nd timeout. Well, the next Iowa State Cyclone basketball game on the Cyclone Television Network is Wednesday night, February 5th at 7 o'clock when the Cyclones take on the Baylor Bears. We'll be live at Hilton Coliseum in Ames for the Iowa State-Baylor game, so be sure to tune in this Wednesday, February 5th at 7 o'clock. Gary, we got to see Baylor today with an impressive victory over Oklahoma State.
What a good big man. I'll tell you, he is tough inside, yeah.
And that man right there is going to have the assignment. That's going to be one of the best matchups of the year in the Big 12.
Tony Barone, brain trust down on the other end, trying to figure out what he can do as 1:49 to play, down by 11.
Well, if Texas A&M can continue to draw crowds like this, they're going to be a tough team to beat on this floor. They've only been averaging about 3,000 fans, so this is about 2,500 over their average attendance tonight. They're at 5,501 tonight. If they could continue to draw like this, boy, they're going to give teams fits in this building.
Iowa State right now, the clock in their favor. You don't want to foul, make them shoot it up. They're trying to penetrate and get the foul.
There's another big rebound for Clay Edwards.
But Clay has come off the bench and done a great job.
Minute 30 to play. Iowa State up 11. J.C. Holloway. It's interesting right here that he's keeping the dribble, Gary, because in the game against Texas Tech, late in the game, Holloway had the dribble, he gave up the ball, and they fouled another player. Tim Floyd was over there yo-yoing his hand on the sideline saying, keep the dribble, JC. We want you at the foul line late in the game. That's what a great point guard's all about.
And particularly now, he has really upped his free throw percentage the last few games, getting up 79%.
So he'll go to the free throw line here and shoot the 1-and-1. That was the 9th team foul. After this, it'll be 2 shots the rest of the way for Iowa State. Holloway 2 of 2 on the night. He's got 8 points. He missed it, and the rebound to Quesada.
Holloway coming off that big game in Nebraska. Kind of quiet 14, which tied his career high. Don't want to foul.
Davis inside, missed it, and Edwards another rebound.
Smart play there. Clay was half beat to let the guy go, and he ends up making the shot. At least you don't kill the clock getting that foul.
Now they'll try to get Willoughby in with the ball in his hands, and finally Anderson fouls him. And you know Dedrick Willoughby is the best free throw shooter for Iowa State. But you know what? He comes up hobbling on that hamstring again, Gary.
Yeah, you can tell it's definitely not himself. And it was really borne out in that first half when he made an interception and then took a couple dribbles, pulled it up. Just cannot accelerate it.
Dedrick Willoughby's free throw, good. Well, tonight's DuPont Off the Bench Award winner is Clay Edwards, who came off the bench to spark the Cyclones. Clay has 6 points and 5 rebounds so far tonight. And Willoughby missed the second after hitting the first. 10 points now for Dedrick Willoughby. Iowa State up a dozen with less than a minute to play. Calvin Davis inside, banked too hard. Quesada missed the tip. He finally missed something. It's out of bounds to Iowa State. Well, Gary, this is a good victory for the Cyclones.
Yeah, it's one they need to keep going. Another road win, their 3rd of the year in the conference.
And you can just look at records and say, well, Iowa State should win this game. But when you consider the factors, Willoughby playing with that bad hamstring. Bankhead missing the majority of the game with the back spasms. To come on the road into a tough environment and come out with another win, another step in the right direction, and Iowa State will extend its winning streak to 4 games.
Now they've got 3 games, I think, in a row at home, right?
That's right.
With Baylor, Kansas, and Missouri.
Yep. Tim Floyd will empty his bench here one at a time. Paul Shirley in for Clay Edwards. So our off-the-bench award winner goes back to the bench, but not before making a huge contribution to this victory.
J.C. Holloway had 3 40-minute games in a row. He finally goes out with 33 seconds in this one.
Willoughby hit the free throw. Tony Rampton in for Cato. There's Kelvin Cato and Kenny Pratt. Boy, did those 2 guys come up big in this game.
Pratt started strong, and he finished the game strong.
Willoughby hit them both. 12 points for Dedrick Willoughby, all in the second half, and now he'll lead.
I think Coach Floyd trying to let these Iowa State fans that are here, about 300 in numbers, he takes them out one by one, let them recognize them, give them a good hand on the road.
Should mention that Tim Floyd has some family down here tonight, too. Baroni on a miss. Rampton the rebound.
Well, now when you're a player right here, you want to keep it and let you know they're going to foul you. So you can go to the line and get a couple of free throws yourself. You know, hang on to it.
Yeah, the philosophy changes.
Yeah, game cinched.
Paul Shirley, listen to this crowd chant ISU. That tells you how many Iowa State fans there are here.
That tells you they like their basketball, too, because they not far from outnumbering the crowd here. Although it's a much better crowd than they've had, is announced at 5,500.
Kind of reminds me of a tournament game with the mixed crowd. Shirley knocks down the free throw. But Tim Floyd mentioned that last year the loss at Marquette kind of turned the season around, and this year he really feels that pulling out that victory over Kansas State and Willoughby couldn't go was a real turning point in this season after they had lost 3 of 4, and I think he's right on the money.
Yeah, that was a big win to come back against Kansas State. It wasn't a pretty one, but they stuck with it. The things that they do well to let them win when they were suffering from lack of offense in that ball game.
Ryan Baroni. Nice move.
Well, we got time for another foul, or they let it run out.
We're going to let it go. Brad Johnson will too. And that's off the mark, but the final score is Iowa State 71 and Texas A&M 57. Tony Baroni, Tim Floyd, the assistant coach is shaking hands at midcourt. Iowa State has won 4 in a row. The Cyclones go to 15-3 overall, 6-2 in the league. Back with more in a moment. Score Iowa State 71, Texas A&M 57. The Cyclones pulling out another big win on the road. The Pioneer Hybrid player of the game is Kenny Pratt, who sparked the Cyclones with 17 points, including some big clutch baskets down the stretch. Also had about 12 or 13 rebounds in the ballgame. So Kenny Pratt is our Pioneer Seacorn player of the game.
Steve Crafton is with us right now, and Steve, this is a team that wouldn't go away till the very end.
Well, we told our guys all week, I mean, after our other game, that they're very talented, and you can see it, and they played well. Casado, we were worried about him. We were worried about coming in here. We had never been here before, and it was just a great win. Our guys really played well and sucked it up, and man, we did a much better job on the boards, so we're really happy about that. And it was a great win for us. Everybody stepped up, especially when Sean got hurt. Well, we stepped up and made some big plays, and it was, boy, it's a great road victory. We needed it.
I thought the opening 10, 12, 13 minutes of the game, you played as well as you play offensively, particularly really moving the ball against that zone, were sharp as attack.
Well, Coach really did a great job of preparing the guys. They really were ready for the zone, ready for the man, whatever we want. He just challenged them because we needed to get a road victory with 3 games coming up at home. We didn't want to stub our toe. And teams they've won 2 in a row with K-State and Missouri here. And they played Texas tough here to overtime. So we have really got our guys focused. Our guys did a great job of being focused. So it was a great win.
Thanks, Steve. We're going to move over to a guy that really helped. Talking about the injury, to Sean Bankhead, and in came Clay Edwards. And Clay, you had a heck of a ball game tonight.
Yeah, when we lose somebody like Sean Bankhead, you know, a great defender, a great scorer, you know, everybody on the team has to step up, and luckily I got some things to go my way tonight.
You hadn't been shooting the ball much in the last 2 ball games. You got 6 points tonight. You got a couple of specialty plays I'd call for you.
Yeah, usually we run those for Cato, but tonight I got a few, and you know, I got great passes from JC, and they went down.
You come in off the bench, timeouts. It looked like almost every time after timeout you come out with a specialty play, something to run special, and more times than not you were able to convert off of it.
Yeah, we executed our specials real well tonight. Coach thought that'd be a key in the game, you know, to get an easy basket here and there, and we got them to go down.
Great to catch another road win.
All right, yep.
All right, Clay Edwards, off the bench player, and now we'll go back to John.
All right, thanks very much, Gary Thompson. Clay Edwards, 3 of 3 from the floor tonight, 6 points, 5 rebounds, helping the Iowa State cause. The Cyclones shot 62% in the second half, 52% for the game. They out-rebound Texas A&M 34-30. And Kenny Pratt leading the way with 17 points, 12 boards, and 6 assists. The revised standings in the Big 12 Conference North Division, and you see Iowa State right on the heels of Colorado and Kansas. As the Cyclones improved tonight to 15-3 overall and 6-2 in conference play. And of course, the big game coming up with Baylor. You see the Bears are 14-7, so it won't be easy at Hilton Coliseum Wednesday night, but we'll have it for you right here. And we hope you will be sure to join us then as Iowa State tries to make it to 5 consecutive victories, Gary, and they're playing well right now.
They really are. As we talked to them out on the floor, I thought they opened the ball game up and were just as sharp as could be. Just worked the ball. And Calvin Pratt, I've got my names mixed up here. Calvin Cato and Kenny Pratt just did a tremendous job on the boards and hustling and going after loose balls, and it was just a tremendous start. And to get off to that kind of a lead early on the road is really important.
Well, Iowa State has been tough on the road throughout the Tim Floyd era. And when they're able to come into an environment like this, play through some things that were difficult, like the Sean Bankhead injury, it certainly is something to build on, something to be pleased with for Tim Floyd. I'm sure he's a happy man right now.
That's right, and they were able to answer the runs. Every time that they came back, they were able to answer.
So the Cyclones get the victory here tonight in College Station by a 71-57 final. We hope you'll join us on Wednesday night when Iowa State takes on Baylor at Hilton Coliseum. Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Cyclones win it.